Hello and welcome back to the channel, the Champions League review, the headquarters of all Uefa related news being the EPO, the La Liga, the Bundesliga, the French League A, the Italian Serie A, not forgetting the main Champions League and the Europa League. This is where you come to when you need match news, review, preview, statistics, prediction. If you're a fan of betting, this is the best channel for you because before each and every single Champions League game, we go into the match statistic, the preview, we give you the likely to win so that you can predict and bet your way in. Do you know if Manchester City fails to win the case against Uefa, they can be stripped of their EPO title? And do you know players like Kevin De Bruyne and Raheem Sterling are planning a move out of Manchester City if they fails to win this case? This and a lot more coming up. Stay tuned for the full details. Hello and welcome back to the channel, the Champions League review, the headquarters of all Uefa related news being the EPO, the La Liga, the Bundesliga, the French League A, the Italian League, as well as the Champions League and the Europa League. So if you need any news concerning Uefa, being the match preview, statistics or review, the predictions, if you're a fan of betting, you like to bet, this is the best channel for you because before each and every single Champions League game, we discuss the predictions, the outcome, the form guide so that you can bet and earn a lot of money. So if you're new here, consider subscribing and clicking on the notification bell icon so that you get notified each and every single time we release a new video. Today we'll be discussing everything you need to know about Manchester City versus Uefa, what actually went wrong. We know Man City have been banned 2 years from playing or participating in any Uefa related activity. So we are here to discuss what they actually did wrong and the consequences that's going to come on them if they appeal. We know they have rendered an official appeal to CAS, that is the Court of Arbitration for Sports, to appeal on this ruling of Uefa. We are here to discuss what the outcome is going to be. First of all, in the kickoff, we'll be breaking this whole video into 5 main points. Number 1 being what the financial fair play is all about. 2 is going to be the punishment for breaking FFP rules. 3, what Man City supposedly did wrong. What is Man City's defense, and what if the charge is upheld? That is when Uefa actually wins this case. What is in for Manchester City? Was EPL going to take disciplinary precautions against Man City because we know they've breached Uefa, they supposedly breached Uefa FFP rules. So definitely the EPL board is going to do something about it, not taking a point from them or banning them from home games. A lot of punishment await them. So we'll be discussing each and every single point. Stay tuned. The first of all, we are taking the first point, that is what is the financial fair play? According to Uefa, the FFP is all about improving the overall financial health of European clubs. We don't want clubs with a lot of money bullying the smaller club with less money. According to UEFA president, who said in 2010, preventing financial doping. In essence, FFP is meant to stop clubs having monetary problems in the future by preventing how much money a club can spend in a short time. Over the course of 3 years, clubs shouldn't be spending more than they make, though there are some exceptions such as infrastructure, new facilities, etc. But these are kind of things the FFP rule will just ignore. But when it comes to signing of players, this is where they are more specific, and because we can't be buying or signing in a lot of players with huge sum of money whereby you are making a couple of dollars each and every single game play. So this is where this is the main reason why Uefa considered it right to establish such a rule, which we all call the financial fair play. This is going to use to monitor the amount of money clubs earn, and there are a lot of spending they infer. So let's go to the next. Okay, now our next point will be the punishment for breaking FFP rules. According to the FFP rules by Uefa, the first and foremost, consider that this punishment are outlined due to how severe the cases is. Number 1 is a warning. Number 2 is a fine. 3 is a point deduction. 4, withholding of revenue from Uefa competitions. That means, let's say they discuss the 4 in depth. That means when the case is much severe, Uefa can consider it that all the revenue you gain from participating in Uefa competition will be withdrawn from you. That means you'll be playing the Champions League alright, but you'll not be generating any income. Number 5 is prohibiting to register new players for Uefa competition. That means if you breach some of the FFP rules, Uefa can just tell you that you can't sign any player and register them for for the Champions League, or they can restrict how many players a club can register for UEFA competition. Not talking about number 7 point, that is disqualification from a competition in progress. That means if the league is still in progress, we are still playing the Champions League, the FFP rule can just come in and you will be withdrawn from your current position. And the last one, that is when the case is really severe. That is what happened in Manchester City's case, exclusion from future competition. That is what happened in Manchester City's case. They were excluded for 2 solid years, not just 1 year, and they are appealing. Now let's discuss what Manchester City supposedly done wrong. Basically, UEFA claimed that over a 4-year period, Sheikh, that is the owner of Manchester City, he is the managing director, the CEO of Manchester City, had put additional funds into the club by covering them up as sponsorship deals from Abu Dhabi. According to statement by UEFA back in February, Manchester City committed serious breaches of the UEFA club licensing and financial fair play regulation. These charges came after the investigation by UEFA club, that is the FFP rule guides, found that Manchester City were supposedly overstating its sponsorship revenue between 2012 and 2016. This is where the case is. Further to this charge, Manchester City were also charged with failing to cooperate with the investigation, an investigation that City claimed to be flawed and consistently leaked. This is the main reason why UEFA just took it to the point that they are banning them 2 solid years, because when they were investigating Manchester City were not cooperating. When they asked for a financial statement, they were denying them. This is the main reason why UEFA gave them 2 years, because they were thinking Sheikh have actually been putting money into the club and have been framing it as sponsorship deal from Abu Dhabi. These are all companies that belong to Sheikh. So if he's bringing money from his own company and investing it back to Man City, it is not right. You can't do that. This is going to affect the game. This is going to affect teams or smaller clubs that don't have the lot of money to purchase the kind of players you are doing right now. Now, what Man City supposedly did wrong, we have covered. Now let's go to what is Manchester City's defense. What are they saying? Because Manchester City are coming up with the defense. We know this is not the first time the FFP rule has come into effect. We know Chelsea received a ban on not signing any players. We know how difficult it was for them, but they appealed and they were granted 1 year off. That is how come Chelsea are now lifted off the UEFA ban, and they have signed players in the likes of Timo Werner, Hakim Ziyech, and a lot of good players. This is all coming up in the next video. We'll be discussing what the EPL have for us in the next season. Now, what Manchester City's defense? We don't actually know what Manchester City argument will be, and we are also unaware of the evidence they have. The club claims they have an attempt to prove they are innocent. In an article they published back in April, it was suggested that Manchester City defense could also include some political complaints and also question that legality of some of the UEFA evidence, even much which said to have from the rather damning Football League's report. This is whereby Man City is saying that the UEFA did the investigation wrongfully, and the kind of evidence UEFA is showing are not concrete enough to ban them for all this kind of things again. Further to this argument of the UEFA process being flawed is likely to return. The club claimed this back in November and were so fixated on the argument they can even attempted to take UEFA to court. That is the main reason. This have been boiling up for quite a year now. Manchester City actually threatened to send UEFA to court when they were investigating them, not because they found them guilty, because they are investigating them. Manchester City threatened to send them to court. This is the main reason why when UEFA had the investigation they needed, they decided to put the halt and ban them 2 solid years, because you've attempted committing, according to them, you are supposedly committing something that breaches the FFP rule, and instead of you to do something more appealing, you are hindering them for investigation and you are threatening them that you are going to send them to court. That is the Court of Arbitration for Sports. Now, what if the charges are brought? What if Manchester City actually goes down? You know, this is very big case. What if Manchester City goes down? If UEFA decision were to stand, the club are likely to face a number of further punishment. Firstly, the financial impact is on having the Champions League football will be massive. When you are not playing Champions League, you'll be losing a lot of money, and according to Forbes, Manchester City will be losing right about $77 million in acquisition of 11% of the club's total revenue. This is huge for them, and according to Forbes, the estimated revenue is 295 million. This current estimate value is like 2.28 billion, cut off from Manchester City's annual revenue. And secondly, if Manchester City ban were to be upheld, they will likely face sanctions from the Premier League, as I told you in my introduction. Although the league's FFP rule differ from that of UEFA, definitely they have a different FFP rule from that of UEFA than that of FIFA as well. But if this is upheld, depending on the appeal outcome, there are a few areas in which Manchester City will be charged. A punishment as drastic as being stripped of a league title is most unlikely, but a point deduction, which is possible, because if this is the case, they can just take point deduction from your next EPL encounter. Another issue could be a rise of the club failed to overturn the 24-month ban. Is certain players that may be in the club. A lot of players, a very lot of fine players are in Manchester City now. So if the club is going to be banned for 2 solid years, one disadvantage is that a lot of these players will be moving to a big teams. The likes of Kevin De Bruyne and Raheem Sterling have been linked to Real Madrid and Barcelona. So it's unlikely that if this stands, that is what's going to happen. Pep Guardiola is certain. He just made it clear that he is not going anywhere. No matter the outcome of this, Pep Guardiola is certain that he's going to stay there. And we know this kind of one thing that Uefa made it clear that during this court procession, Man City have lodged an official complaint, and they will not be aired, or the media will not be told the outcome until they are finished with the whole case. And this is where we get to. So when the case is finished and the outcome, I'll let you know in this channel. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing and clicking on the notification bell icon. And if you're a fan of betting, there are a lot at stake next season. Consider subscribing. Thank you very much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoy. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.